pasa to the pack? It is Pack here.
AKA your mama's best friend.
What I wanted to discuss in today's video is the steals of the draft. Which teams got a player that was expected to go way higher and they were able to snatch him up at a lower pick and turn out really good because of it. How I determine this is NBA 2K20 gave every single player or every rookie the rating already. So the higher the player's rating was compared to everybody else and how low they were picked is how I determined how much of a steal they were. I'll give you the first example with the first player in a second. But before this video starts, so be an OG, join the pack, and subscribe. Let's get to 300,000 subscribers. So I am here with number 5, and that is RJ Hampton. RJ Hampton is a 72 overall. He was drafted by the Bucks, but then he was traded to the Nuggets technically. He's 18 years old. I think he's actually 19 now. So I think that's wrong. But he was drafted at number 24 as a 72 overall. And as a 72 overall, he should have been picked between the 15th pick and the 23rd pick. So he was drafted 24, which means he was at most one spot removed of where he should have been drafted at the latest. So if you watched the draft and you saw RJ Hampton get drafted, he was pretty pissed. And I mean, he is a big name in this draft, to be fair. He was pretty hyped up. He played in Australia. He was playing with grown men and doing a pretty good job. He even played in the preseason, so he was pretty known already. So to be dropped all the way down to 24 was kind of like annoying probably for him. And he got drafted by the Bucks, and then if you saw his reaction in the draft, he was pissed. And even his dad threw the Bucks hat because he realized you're not playing for the Bucks anymore. You're playing for the Nuggets. So that is where he's going to play for. Even though he seems upset about it, he'll get over it. This is a good team to play for, and they got a steal. The Nuggets always do this. They stole Michael Porter Jr., they stole Bol, and now they have stolen RJ Hampton. RJ Hampton is good as very specific things, but he is clearly good. First things first is that he is great on the inside. His main offensive game is slashing. He scores in the post when he drives. He is a great fast break finisher. He is very good at that. Plus, he can play make for other people. The problem is literally everything else. He's small. He got destroyed in preseason when he played in the NBA preseason. I know that it's preseason, no one cares, but he did play there and he did struggle. He got annihilated. He's not a great defender. He's not a great shooter yet, at least, but he's only 18 or 19 now, and he's getting better in time. I think you need to give this dude some time because he's clearly good offensively and he's athletic. Once he starts developing an understanding of defense, or at least play good team defense, and then he starts to understand how to shoot a little better and practice a little more with his shooting, he's almost a star. Like, he has star potential. It's just actually getting it there, and it's close. And I mean, to get an almost star potential player at the 24th pick, where most people are role players, that's a pretty good draft pick. At number 4 on this list, we have the Hawks draft pick, Onyeka Okafor. He was supposed to be drafted between the 1st pick and the 5th pick because he was a 76 overall. Theoretically, he could have been the 1st pick in the draft depending if the team needed him, but the latest he should have been was 5. But he got picked with the 6th pick, one spot away from what he was supposed to be drafted at. And that's great for the Hawks because now that they have drafted him, he's already considered the 4th best player on the team as a rookie signing. That is a really good pickup for the Hawks. And Onyeka is really good at something specific. His defense is insanity. He is so good. Interior, he has a great shot blocker, he can rebound very well, and he can even score in the post pretty efficiently. He is NBA ready. He is a crazy athlete. He's a hard worker. You can tell that he plays hard every single night. The problem is every big man's problem coming into the NBA. You got to be able to shoot in this league. It's official. Like, this is how the NBA works. You have to be able to shoot. And if you're someone like Onyeka who cannot shoot yet almost at all, you're going to struggle for a little bit, but he's going to do good. I think he is going to do a good job because of how athletic he is and how smart he is and how much of a hard worker he is. And no matter what, being a good defender is important in the league, especially as a big. So that's great for them. It is weird how they're going to implement him because they already have John Collins and Clint Capella, so he's obviously coming off the bench, but still they have somebody they can use, 6'9", young, athletic, and hungry, and he's going to be great for the Hawks. At number 3 on the list, it is Obi Toppin for the New York Knicks. One of the more controversial people in this draft. Some people think he's going to be the best player in the league, and other people think he's garbage. So let me break down exactly what's going on with Obi Toppin. So first of all, he was drafted with the 8th pick at a 76 overall when he could have been drafted either 1st or 5th. One through there. So as a player that could have been the first pick in the draft, and before the season started a couple of months back, he was projected to go number 1, and then things started to change, and some people like Anthony Edwards and stuff, and so it started to mix around, but he was always in the topic of being maybe the first pick in the draft. And there's a clear reason why. He is clearly NBA ready. It helps being 22 years old, and he is older, but extremely athletic. He's not small. He shot 63% from the field as player of the year in college. 63%. And you're thinking, well, all he was doing is dunking. He shot threes too, and he shot middies. This dude can do everything offensively and do it at an extreme efficiency. Like, it's not even like he's kind of efficient. He's absurdly efficient. His three-point field goal percentage is 39% from the field, which is solid, especially for someone who's coming into the league. 63% from the field is amazing for just anybody in general. And he shoots at a high rate. He scores at a high rate. So this is insane. His problem is that his defense sucks. I don't even know if it's his defense. I think he's athletic enough that because he's athletic, he can play defense at times. Defensive IQ is just bad, straight up. So that's kind of his problem so far. But give him time and he can learn. Is he a power forward in a team that already has a power forward? Yes. Is it what the Knicks technically needed? No, but they needed a small forward. And I really do believe they could play him at the small forward position because of how his game is. That's my opinion. I may be completely wrong, but I really do think they could play him at the small forward position. And listen, man, with the 8th pick, you might have gotten the most talented and only star in this draft. It could definitely be the case. So that's not a bad pick, and that's a steal. At number 2 on the list, it is Jalen McDaniels as the 28th pick in the draft, right? He was expected to go from 15 all the way to the 23rd pick. That means he was 5 spots lower than what he was supposed to be. And I can't see why. The Timberwolves got a really nasty pickup here. He's one of the better two-way players in the draft. Yes, he's a solid defender for the most part. He has amazing handles, right? He is a small forward. He's a very long player like Brandon Ingram and also Kevin Durant. He's a solid three-point shooter and he's only getting better. He's athletic, and players that are like him are very, very rarely bad NBA players. He does have problems. He has tunnel vision. He's inconsistent. But even though 2K says that he doesn't have good defense, he has shown when he played in college that he definitely can play defense at times. And even though he was more of a team defender, it still was good defense. So I think that he's one of the better two-way players in this draft. I think this is an absolute steal. I think he's definitely a future starter in the NBA. And to get that at the 28th pick, that's very good. And the number 1 biggest steal of the NBA draft was Precious Achiuwa. Now, Precious was drafted by the Miami Heat as a power forward. Now, he was drafted at number 20 when he was projected to go either the 8th to the 11th pick as a 74 overall. That's 9 spots lower than what he was supposed to do. How did the Heat pull this off? They already have a really good team, and now you just added another player that could be very, very good, and a position that you were definitely needing at the power forward position. He was AAC Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year. He defends all 5 positions very well, okay? He's unselfish. He is perfect for exactly how the Heat like to play, but his problem is obviously he can't shoot well like a lot of these power forwards and bigs that play good interior defense. He's not a great shooter, but he's efficient. He's extremely athletic. He works hard, and I think that you just need to give him a chance. And jump shots are something that you can teach anybody. He already has extreme defense and athleticism. He's one of the best athletes in NBA ready compared to anybody in this draft. It's just a shooting that you can teach him in time, and because of that, I think he's going to be considered the biggest steal of the draft, in my opinion, and in 2K's opinion. So that, yeah, definitely, this dude is crazy, and the Heat got a steal here. What do you guys think? Which is the biggest steal of the NBA draft? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.